Well, for the second straight day, the Langley Thunder will kick off the day at the MacDonald Cup. Day 2 to be specific here, Georgie, at the MacDonald Cup. Welcome back to the Abbotsford Recreational Centre. Tino Farah, cameraman extraordinaire George Parra, BC Sports TV, here to bring you all the latest and greatest of MacDonald Cup action all week long. And on this day number 2, we have two 1-0 teams kicking off the action. As mentioned, it'll be the Langley Thunder and those provincial champions right there, the Saanich Express, which you are looking at as we speak. Again, both teams earning victories on day number 1. Saanich took down their island rivals, the Oceanside Sharks, by a final score of 14-9. A game that really could have gone either way until the late stages when Saanich put their foot on the gas and didn't really look back. At the other end of the floor, the Langley Thunder, who trailed for much of their game yesterday morning against the North Shore, but they found a late goal, and Declan Morrison, who you're looking at right now, was outstanding, especially in those late stages. There were plenty of opportunities for North Shore to, at the very least, draw even, and in fact, add some insurance markers when they were ahead. But Declan Morrison stood tall, as he has all year long, for this Langley Thunder team. Speaking of Langley Thunder, Lucas McDermott and Tate Berkeley lead their team with 3 points respectively. 3 points each, I should say, through the first day of the tournament. Meanwhile, at the other end, Tory Baines put up 6 points in their game against Oceanside yesterday. 3-3, not to mention Tyler Delicari with 5 points of his own, all of them being helpers. So some scorers, just like we saw immediately in. Oh my, what a start for the Langley Thunder as they make this a 1-0 game. Where's that, 21 seconds in? Nate Clark, how about it? Didn't even get my starting goaltenders in yet. George? Caden Ward will watch on for his first save of the game, as that one just went between the legs of said goaltender. I already mentioned at the other end, Declan Morrison. Caden Ward gets his second straight start, put up an 8.41 goals against average and a .767 save percentage in their win yesterday. Declan Morrison, an .828 save percentage. Again, I mentioned it on the broadcast yesterday in Langley's first, or I guess their only game so far in the tournament. 12 assists through the regular season for Morrison. Pretty outstanding to put up those kind of numbers as a goaltender. The city of Abbotsford is a strong supporter of the MacDonald Cup and our thriving local sports community. From world-class parks and recreation to vibrant events and welcoming neighborhoods. Abbotsford is the place to live, work, and play. Learn more at abbotsford.ca. Saanich will get their first look on the power play. Chance to draw things even. The aforementioned Baines will man the point with possession now. Quick pass to the near side. Braden Upshawn puts it down low to the corner. Return feed, Upshawn. Baines at the point. They'll start their motion now, halfway through the shot clock. Delicari gets it over to Baines. Quick stick attempt, and did Morrison get a piece of that? Might have caught a little bit of the iron, but regardless, stays out. It remains 1-0 for the Thunder. And with Beckett Robinson being the next to touch the ball after streaking through the crease, that'll be a turnover. And Langley may have just given it back. Yes, they will. Just over the center line. Saanich getting another shot as Jake West absorbs a couple of slashes into his offhand. He wants to head off for a change, as he will do now. Baines takes a peek to see who's coming on next, and it's Braden Upshawn to get the first unit power play back onto the floor. Delicari to Baines, no looker down to the corner. It was in and out of the stick. I believe it's Ethan Whitfield down low, and the shot clock will expire before Saanich can get it off. Morrison made the save regardless. Now Langley with another chance to clear, and just 50 seconds remaining to kill. Maybe a fast break chance, short-handed. Unable to receive the pass, was target down low on the crease. Here comes Andrew Sam. He scored an empty netter in Saanich's win yesterday. He would be denied by the leg pad of Morrison, but he's going to continue to press. Now just 30 seconds left for Langley to kill off. They can more or less eat the rest of this clock if they can just get it deep. Sam has the ball in front of him. He can't pick it up. Still battling for it. Finally, Hill will collect, get over center. Penalty clock goes down to 15. They do have time to work with, but got to be strategic with your shot selection here to not allow a break the other way with the penalized player coming out in just a couple of moments. Baines fakes a backhander. Now he'll go to Delicari through the middle. Upshawn was there, but he couldn't reach the pass. Now 10 to shoot. Langley has it. Collision in front of the Thunder bench. Somehow, some way, Parker Hall still has it. Pass in front and out of the reach of Madden Nobauer, who came streaking out of the penalty box. So 0 for 1 on the power play are the Express. Their first early game of the tournament. Langley getting a little used to this, though. Back-to-back days kicking things off as one of the local teams of the MacDonald Cup. There's a save, and I believe the first of the game for Ward. That's the first bit of action, but now a fast break opportunity the other way. Turns into a full-on breakaway, scores! Nate Murray goes the length of the floor himself and cashes in to draw things back to even with 16:39 to play. Stick side on Morrison. And Murray gets things back to even. A welcome sight for Caden Ward, who made the original save, which eventually turned into his team going in the other direction. And they'll do that again off of the face-off violation. Express possession. Huber will set the screen. And the drive on the far side for Tyler Delicari. Swing to the near. Venables gets it back to Huber. Looking through the middle. 8 on the shot clock. The pass is off, but Upshawn couldn't handle it. He was tied up. Now he'll shoot, but there's a penalty on the play. And it'll be Saanich's turn to go to the penalty box, I believe, after an unsuccessful power play a couple of moments ago. Now they'll look to their short-handed unit for some success. Serving the Fraser Valley since 1997, Sapphire Creative delivers bold, custom marketing solutions that make your brand shine. From vehicle wraps and branded apparel to eye-catching design and promotional products. Let them help your business stand out and grow. Learn more at sapphirecreative.com. First look at the Langley power play unit this morning. So I believe they're still without Grayson Pynchon, who went down due to injury in their game against North Shore yesterday. Typically on this top unit. Flip to the point, shot, and a nice stick save by Ward. Able to hang on to the rebound and send it forward to Andrew Sam. He'll kill some clock. Just telling everybody to go in deep. No pressure on him right now. Langley just leaving a safety defender in the middle. Now Andrew Sam will threaten to drive. Ends up on his wrong side and dumps it in deep to the corner. He'll head back. Good start to this penalty kill for the Express. Maybe a little bit of a slow start to their standards, but have seemed to have woken up since that goal to draw things back to even. Less than a minute left in their power play. Slashing minor to Kieran Venables. Langley trying to reclaim the lead. They'll fire wide off the corner boards, and that's going to ricochet straight into the Saanich bench. They'll get possession back now with 42 seconds remaining in their penalty. So they can theoretically get this down to about 12 seconds left until returning back to 5-on-5. And again, Langley doesn't really look like they want to pressure too much, so if I had to guess, it looks like Saanich is going to get it to about that 12-second mark. Now the pressure does mount a little bit, still leaving a safety man through the middle. Good job ragging again. This time threatening in that formation is Joe Diamond. And they will once again dump it down. So yes, on cue, 11 seconds left in the Langley power play, and they'll just get their regular settled 5-on-5 offense onto the floor. The penalized player now back onto the floor. See how quickly Langley wants to go. And they'll slow things way down and then send an errant pass out of the reach of Tate Berkey. He had a strong game yesterday as well. I believe 3 points if I remember correctly, 2 and 1. We've seen some highlight reel goals through just one day of the MacDonald Cup thus far. Many more to come, I am sure. Saanich having a hard time in the corner. A good defensive set by the Langley Thunder. Morrison will step out to create some space for his defender. Don't think he realizes there's a defender on his back. Have to get this one over center, and that's going to be an 8-second count. A great forecheck by the Express, and they're going to take possession back. It's more or less a free clear. Nate Murray, the Saanich goal scorer, throws a dangerous pass over to Torrey Baines, who did a good job to alleviate some of the pressure mounting. Now he'll drop his shoulders. There's a lane to the goal if he wants it. He does. He'll shoot, and Morrison kept his stick down. Denying one of the leading scorers in this tournament was Declan Morrison, and Langley's able to clear. Aiden Ennis will slow it down. Dish back to Berkey before heading off for a change. Replacing Ennis will be Reese Bride. Bit of a hammer shot going downhill, off the mark, and then a sharp angle shot that went on target, but not good enough to reset. Remember, you can score from below the goal line, but it's not going to count as a registered shot if you're just looking for a reset, for anybody wondering about that rule. Saanich trying to take their first lead of the game. Reynolds fakes the shot, ends up on his wrong side. He'll dish to the far. Whitfield with a heavy release. It was blocked before it got through, and another shot clock violation. So both teams getting some good defensive stands in the early stages. And just 7 shots total between the two teams respectively. 4 in favor of Saanich. For those of you math folks, that means 3 for Langley, George. You're welcome. Berkey backpedaling down low. Body's flying through the middle. There's an open pass down low to the near side, and Ward makes a save, sweeping his stick over. Langley with a glorious opportunity to reclaim the lead, denied by the goaltender, Caden Ward. Man open through the middle, a backhander, and that caught a piece of the post far side. Our other broadcaster, Jeff Fisher, was keeping a tally of the backhanders that he had seen through the 2 games he called yesterday. If I remember correctly, by the end of the day, he was up to 7. If you're watching, Jeff, make it 8. Tyler Delicari takes a look to the point. Connects with his buddy, Braden Upshawn, who leaves one more for Reynolds. 15 to shoot. Skip through as there was a man open, but unable to receive it, and a big hit right inside the restraining line, and there was some head contact there. And there's a Langley Thunder player down. It's Parker Hall getting back to his feet himself, and the officials are going to come together to discuss. A welcome sight to see Parker Hall get up on his own, but he immediately takes his helmet off, and I'm sure he's going to get some attention from the trainer. Already down at least one man. We'll see what the call on the floor here is going to be. 5-minute major, says the official to Cole Davitz. I'm sure any head contact there is the point of emphasis. And we'll see if Parker Hall returns, but for now, he has gone down the tunnel, and the Langley Thunder will get their second chance with the man advantage, unsuccessful on their first. Everybody getting a touch on this power play, trying to draw the eye of the defenders into the corner, spread them out a little bit. Now up top to the near side, there's room to shoot. They will, and just wide. Big rebound, it falls towards Andrew Sam. He's going to turn on the Jets, has a lane to go. Quick change in reverse transition. Sam will shoot in and out of the stick of Morrison. Big rebound. But Langley with 2 defenders out. Maybe had a chance for numbers, but decided to slow it down. Just about a minute through the 5-minute major. Officially halfway through the first period as well. A heavy shot that goes well over top of the goal. Langley with plenty of perimeter shooters on this roster, and it looks like that's kind of what they're going for. Oh, a friendly bounce off the leg of the official allows Saanich to go towards the goal around a screen, and Morrison takes it into his midsection. An unfortunate bounce for Langley, but a better save by Morrison to slow things down, or calm things down rather. Seems like he's the calming presence for this Thunder team. Power play back onto the floor. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. They're going to work it around the horn. Berkey from the shooter spot, now to the near side. 2 to shoot, another one that whistles wide of the goal. I think there's only been 1 shot on target. Now another fast break, short-handed the other way for Saanich. And alone, looking for the Forsberg, and I don't think that made its way on target. Oh, Georgie. Is that AJ Garcia? No, it was not. It was Matt Omen. Shades of Trey Deer with that finish. Just narrowly missing. Now 10 to shoot. Again, everybody getting a touch. Here's Berkey. He'll fake. He's tripped up. The ball falls down to the concrete as Berkey takes a look over to the official, but it remains just a one-man advantage. And Parker Hall has made his way back onto the Langley Thunder bench, so glad to see he's all right after drawing the major, which still has 2:25 remaining. And Saanich doing a good job again of just killing some clock. It seems like this, I don't necessarily want to call it a downfall at this point of the Langley Thunder, but not a lot of pressure when they're on the power play in the defensive zone. That being said, they don't really need to pressure considering at this point there is still 2:08 left in their power play. But I wonder if that's an adjustment that we may see, is that safety man through the middle starting to close the gap a little bit. And I'm sure they'd like to see a little bit more motion. And this is another save by Ward, and would you look at this? Parker Hall, the man who drew the penalty, is going to run point on this power play. Wouldn't that be a little bit of poetic justice if he could score? He'll fake the shot, go to Berkey, who tucks through, spins one more, one hand on his stick, and Ward makes the kick stop. Rebound falls back to Hall. Well, Berkey had a highlight reel goal yesterday, almost another. Fresh 30 for the Thunder. Down to 90 seconds remaining in their power play. 7:23 left in the period. Hall, he's going to drive, he's going to shoot, and Ward makes another kick save, rebound to the corner. That's 2 identical saves for Caden Ward, kicking that right pad out. Hall skips down to the corner. 20 on the shot clock. Back up top, return feed to the point. Berkey gets through to the middle. He'll shoot, he'll score! The Thunder finally get one on the man advantage and reclaim the lead. A much better looking set. There's the fake from Berkey, and then stings it into the top corner. Tate Berkey will get his 3rd goal of the tournament. And with it being a major penalty, Saanich is still shorthanded. But for less than a minute, 52 seconds to be exact, George. Just so you know. Saanich otherwise done a pretty good job on this penalty kill. I think if you would ask them if they would take just 1 goal against thus far on a 5-minute major, I think they'd probably take it. Here's Baines. He can really rip, as we just saw there. A sidearm bouncer denied by Morrison, and then his defender stumbled in the corner. Now just a few seconds to get over center. They got to throw it. They will, taking advantage of those high ceilings. And man, Ward had to make a save on that. It was right on target. Saanich will get it over center again, and with just 5 seconds remaining in their major, a pretty successful penalty kill for my money. Davids will come out, get right back into the offense. Robinson gets over top of the screen, tucks back through. There's a man open to the middle. The pass is off, but Upshawn couldn't knock it down. Langley wants to go. Thinking about the pass forward was Nate Clark, who opened the scoring way back in the opening minute, and then Berkey just saves the back over. Oh, that was close. Millimeters. But it's a game of inches for a reason. A nice defensive play by the Saanich captain, Sam Gomes. He'll dish one back and almost sent a man in on a breakaway. It was Parker Schneck. Chases it down. Now Murray's streaking through. The pass is off, but out of his reach. He had a defender on his back. Track meet starting to open up here in the final 4 minutes and 50 seconds of first period action. Currently 2-1 in favor of the Thunder. Shots now favor Langley, 9-8. Saanich comes into this tournament as one of the championship favorites. Baines tucks back, runs into some trouble, but finds an open man that will shoot, and Morrison took a look behind him, but he had it in his stick. Collects, and now looking up, there's a man streaking off the bench. If the pass does get through, which it does not, Joe Diamond knocks it down. Now he wants to run. He'll dish over to Baines, who's waiting, room to shoot. He'll fake. He'll go through to the middle and can't pull the trigger. Running over to get in time was Finn Harpiak, and possession will go back to Saanich. It looked like a defensive breakdown originally on the Langley Thunder, but Harpiak got over just in time. Now Baines with another shot, and Morrison gets enough of it. It got through him, but not overly dangerous in its roll towards the goal line. And now Langley will streak forward. There's a healthy slash, no call on the play. A low-handed swim dodge, and finally losing possession is Isaac Hudson. He was a standout for me for the Langley Thunder yesterday. And he actually looks a little bit shaken up as he's making his way back towards the Thunder bench. But his team has earned possession and is just now getting into the offensive zone, facilitating the remainder of their change. Still one more late man to come on. It's Reese Bride. There's a drive to the middle, a spinning shot, and a glove save by Ward. Fake pass across. Murray is up the play. The pass is off. It's thrown on a backhander. Scores! Nate Murray's fired up, and rightfully so. A beauty of a backhander to draw things even at 2. Oh boy, Georgie. Oh boy. Well, well, well. Welcome to the highlight reel, Nate Murray. On their 12th shot of the game, Saanich has tied the game for the second time in this first period. 2:50 left. Now another pass ahead. Oh man, he'll throw a backhander falling. Be on watch, viewers at home. Backhanders are coming through the MacDonald Cup aplenty. Delicari swings to Venels. He'll use the screen. Underhand shot that goes low off the boards. High bounce towards the center line. Saved before going into the Saanich bench. Berkey lobs over top and feeds Bride. Back to Berkey, taking a peek through the middle to see what his options are. Always a threat to shoot. Hands in that low position. The lefties are going to go to work on a righty strong set, looking 5-hole, and Ward got his stick down just in time. Rebound collected by the Thunder. Garcia with a little bit of pressure, trying to take away a passing lane, but Berkey is the recipient of a swing pass, and he'll return it back to the near side. Fake shot and a toe drag, now spinning back through to the middle is Cooper Arbuthnot. Does a lap, circles back to the shooter position. He'll try the toe drag again. Interference is the call. And Arbuthnot will just have to leave the ball behind and head out for a change. Another good defensive stand for the Express, who look for their first lead of the game. I believe coming into this one, they had yet to trail. As Morrison makes another stop. 1:14 remaining. Can Langley find the lead again and take it into the second period? Clark spins back. Pass unintentionally at the feet of the recipient near center, and Lucas McDermott. Another chance the other way for Saanich. Fake through the middle. Shot! And that catch a piece of the post as well. Might have caught the shaft of Morrison, who sends it forward. Now into the final minute, 43 seconds left. .14 seconds on the shot clock. So Langley is going to want a shot here if they want to be able to hang on to last possession. They'll get it off. Ward makes the save. The rebound is in front of the crease, but Ward reaches out to collect. There's a penalty on the play. Who's it against here? I believe it will go against the Thunder, and yes, it will. Lucas McDermott with 22.3 seconds remaining are going to put Saanich on the late man advantage. So they don't even have to pull their goalie here. Still going to go 5-on-4. And they'll have some time to, really settle into the offense if they so choose. And if they are able to find the back of the net here, it would be their first lead of this game. Delacari will run point. Baines at the far side, shooter with possession now. Back to Delacari. Upshawn, near side shooter. He'll feed down to the crease. 10 seconds remaining. Delacari, Baines, usually the trigger man. He'll skip across. Upshawn will fire, and Morrison hangs onto it into his cuff. And we'll just send this the length of the floor, play a little game of pass with Caden Ward. And through the opening 20 minutes, both teams with some stretches, but we will head to the intermission the same way that we started things off, even, albeit at 2-2. Shots are 15-12 in favor of Saanich. And there is plenty more action coming up around the corner. We'll take about a 10-minute break, and we will return to your broadcast airwaves for second period action after this. Thanks for joining us live at the MacDonald Cup from Abbotsford. Welcome back inside the Abbotsford Rec Center. Welcome back to the MacDonald Cup, brought to you by Extreme Threads, the proud lead sponsor of the 2025 MacDonald Cup and a strong community supporter. Your one-stop shop for customized Steamer Company apparel, embroidery, screen printing, sublimated uniforms, and more, George. And more. Visit them today at extremestore.ca. And want to get this in off the top because I didn't in the first period. Your crew chief today, Noah Johnstone. Your two referees, Ryan Mosdell and Reed Watson. And in the score box, Tyler Boyer. And also want to get this in off the top as well. I need to make a correction from the first period. And shout out to Scott Calhoun, because I need to make a correction. I made a reference to a defensive play, and I said Finn Harpiak. 23 is Brody Calhoun, George. Correction is made. Thank you to Scott for sending me a message. Thanks to everybody, actually, throughout the tournament who've been sending us messages. Gotten a few of them over the span of day number 1 as well as day number 2 so far. Always appreciate it. If you want to send us a message and let me know where you're watching from, you can send George a message too. I'll pass it along. You're going to have to send it to me, and then I'll pass it along to him. But only nice messages to George, please. You can find me on Instagram at Tino Farah. So, through 20 minutes, the first game of day number 2 of the MacDonald Cup, we are even at 2. Goal scorers opened things up. It was Nate Clark what was it, like 11 seconds in, something like that? 21 seconds? Thanks, George. The Nate attack continued when Saanich tied it up, thanks to Nate Murray. Then Tate Berkeley put Langley back in front by 1 before Nate Murray got his second of the game. I'll see if I can play the replay of that again in a little bit here, because it was a beauty. And Saanich still has some work on their power play. They'll dish across a one-timer, they score! And yeah, it's just over the goal line. That was a close call. And the early goals remain. This one 32 seconds in. Watch the dish across here from Baines. Almost on the goal line on that release from the corner. Braden Upshawn, the recipient of that beautiful feed across. So we had a goal 21 seconds into the first period, now 32 into the second, and the Express take the 1-goal lead, their first lead of this one. And it was a power play goal. You're right, George. So now 1 for 2 on their power play are the Saanich Express, and the Langley Thunder will be tasked with a response. That's one thing that I will say the Express did a great job at in the first period, was whenever a step was taken backwards, they did a good job of answering back. Now looking for more to start off on the right foot, and Morrison makes the save with his stick, denying what would have been the hat-trick goal for Nate Murray, showing off his hands once again. Now got to be careful of that center line. Mitchell Evanson finds some space. Now he wants to head off for a change. So he'll be replaced by Lucas McDermott. Now 8 on the shot clock, routing the corner with a low shot, and Ward kept his stick down for his first save of the second period. Quick up near center, and it falls straight to AJ Garcia. Braden Upshawn has the go-ahead goal. Takes a peek back to his bench. Delacari will feed to the corner. Nate Murray is the late man to join. So he'll backpedal to some open space. Whitfield will fire a low-to-high riser off the shoulder of Morrison and out of play. Baines finds some space. He'll try to go over top of Morrison, who keeps his shoulders up. Another good save for the Langley netminder. Formerly one of the goaltenders for the Junior A squad, going back to just last year, I believe, in Morrison, which is, I think, a large reason as to why he is such a calming presence for this team. Nothing really seems to rattle him, at the very least, from what I saw of him in day number 1. yesterday morning for the Thunder against the North Shore Indians. Turned into an eventual 6-5 win for the Thunder. And a crease violation will go against them. Andrew Sam directing traffic. He'll dish over the center line and make the mad dash towards the bench. Venables will replace him. Huber to the near side, 15 to shoot. They'll go to the toe drag, the fake spin, and returning back to the perimeter is Cole Davitz. Outside shot, no. Left pad saved by Morrison. Huber finds the rebound. Fresh 30 for the Express. Does Huber want this drive? No, he'll swing across. Spin move and a low shot. Sails wide of the goal. Big rebound, falls towards the restraining line, and now it's going to be pushed from behind or an interference call, and now there's an injured member of the Saanich Express. As a result, Kieran Venables is shaken up. And it didn't look like an overly egregious hit. I mean, a little unnecessary, I guess you could say. But I think it was more so the fall, the contact with the concrete, that may have been the, reason for discomfort. I mean, we'll see at least here. There was an injury in the first period as Parker Hall left this game for a little bit of the Langley Thunder, but he returned eventually in that period. Now the opposing number 3, Kieran Venables, will get back to his feet. And yeah, I think I can see him kind of hanging onto his hip there, George. I think it is the contact. I mean, if there's one downfall to the concrete versus the turf, there is no give there, I will say. A knee to the concrete, a hip to the concrete. Yeah, that's going to hurt anybody. But the Express will be back at it. Still 5-on-5 and still leading 3-2. Stellacari winding up. He'll dish across to the righties instead. Murray gets it down low. One more and a drive. Shot wide. And a dangerous hit is baned through a member of the Thunder into a gate that wasn't fully closed. And a penalty is going to be given to the Express, not because of the actual hit, but it's going to be a bench minor because their gate wasn't fully closed. And they're saying the in-home is Kieran Venables, but that's actually the player that was injured. I don't think they fully realize that. So Davitz is going to have to go over and serve. Yeah, dangerous hit, man. I mean, that's the right call. Safety first, right? So now it'll be the Thunder with a chance to draw back to even on the power play. 16:26 remaining in the second. And we'll see if Kieran Venables will return to this game. Remember, he's the one who went down a couple of moments ago with that collision near center. Don't see him back onto the bench just yet. But we'll focus at the other end of the floor for the time being as the Langley Thunder power play is going to work. Pass across is on the money. The shot hooks into the corner. Still a little bit of time on the shot clock to work with if they want. Some of the power play went off to the bench. 4 seconds to shoot. They'll fire and scores! It just trickled over. It's going to count as a power play goal, but the Thunder only had 3 players on the floor. Ward got a piece, but it wasn't enough. And making quick work of their man advantage are the Langley Thunder, now 1 for 3 on the power play. They get a little revenge for their fallen soldier who drew that penalty into a somewhat open gate. And again, I don't want to say that Torrey Baines like threw the player into a fully open gate. It's just that it wasn't fully closed. So with the gate opening due to the contact, that's where the penalty came in. Here is Baines. He'll come over top. Hands are free. He'll fire wide. He loves that sidearm release. As Jeff Fisher was calling it yesterday, a bit of a field lacrosse shot coming over top and shooting on the run. Almost on your wrong side by the time you shoot, but if you can dial that in and fire as the goaltender is taking a step across and shoot back across their body, man, that's a pretty goal if you can pull it off. Langley now will try to reclaim their lead. Berkey gets a screen set. He'll work to the corner and now back up top. Hands very free if he wants to shoot. Can't find a lane. Good defensive set by Sam. Swing across now to the lefties. There is a shot over top. That sails wide. I think you saw right there why it's such a difficult shot to pull off. Because you typically have a defender sliding over. And just in general, it's not the easiest thing to rotate your body that much while you're almost going in the other direction. Delicari, he'll swing back to the lefties. Murray has his shot taken deflection off a Langley defender in front. I believe it was Hudson. Goes out of play. Saanich will get the reset. Delicari down low to the corner. Whitfield will shoot around a screen, but the ball didn't get through. Off a body into the corner, no reset. Murray swings to Delicari. He'll go downhill, jab step, and get back over top. Return feed, Murray looking for his third. He'd be denied by a shot sailing wide of the goal, and now a slash down low. No penalty on the play, just an interference. Delicari shares some words with Mitchell Evanson. So the chippiness is starting to open up here, George. Welcome to the MacDonald Cup here, folks. Tate Berkey. Screen is set, can't get over top. Another one, has a flip pass through the middle, and it was just off the mark. Ends up at the far side instead. Cooper Arbuthnot. Behind the goal, there's a penalty on the play. Pass in front, didn't work, and then Gomes sent his man straight into the goaltender. Saanich is up in arms with that contact, but really they threw the Langley Thunder forward. I'm trying to see a number. They're the ones that threw him straight to the goalie, and Langley might be getting a penalty on the play here. There was already a penalty coming up to Saanich, so we may be seeing some 4-on-4, and I think this is more so a call to just get control of the game, if I'm being honest. And it looks like Saanich is sending, is it 2 or just 1? No, it looks like it's just going to be 1. So we'll see if this is offsetting or not. And hey, discover the heart of the Fraser Valley with Tourism Abbotsford. From farm fresh flavors to scenic wineries to vibrant events and outdoor adventures, Abbotsford has something for everyone. Plan your visit today at tourismabbotsford.ca. Official signaling 4-on-4. That's right, George. We're on the same page. That's right. Delicari will start things off. Swims away. Baines tying up his defender. Now the righties will go to work for Saanich. Berkey gets up high, had a man open in the middle. He'll drive, now flip to the opposite side, and Morrison makes the glove stop. It falls into the cuff of his glove, I believe, and then falls down to his stick. Again, steady Eddie from Morrison. Our first chance to see Langley in a 4-on-4 set. And they're going to go very righty strong, just one lefty. We'll see if they just want to clear out the middle for an ISO play. Looks like that's what they want, but Saanich is going to take a penalty here. A rising shot that sails wide, but it does not matter. There's going to be 4-on-3 due to a high sticking call. And AJ Garcia is going to be the culprit. MSA Ford is your trusted source for new and pre-owned vehicles. for over 74 years. They're also the official vehicle supplier of the MacDonald Cup. Whether you're hitting the road for work, play, or a game day, MSA Ford will get you there in style. Visit msaford.com today. So 4-on-3 for just under a minute. Langley needs one more on the floor here. Right now it's 3-on-3, and they're just going to send a defender out the back 8. An interesting move. Berkey gets high. There's another penalty coming up to Saanich as Berkey goes through to the middle. What a save by Ward. Might have caught a piece of the iron as well. I'm going to chalk that up as a bit of a lucky break for the Langley Thunder here, George, if I'm being honest. 4-on-3. Oh, and there's going to be a penalty shot now because Saanich is about to have 3 guys in the box, which they can't have, of course. Langley with a chance to reclaim the 1-goal advantage, and it's going to be on the power play. So the original penalized player for the Express will come out of the box. I believe it's Matt Oman, and taking the penalty shot for the Thunder is going to be Cooper Arbuthnot. 1-on-1 with Caden Ward. One of the most exciting plays in all of lacrosse. And remember, with or without a goal here, Langley will still be on the power play. Arbuthnot swings to the right, working to the middle. He'll shoot, and a kick save by Ward, denying Langley of the go-ahead goal, and he'll need some more of those saves as the man advantage will continue. Right pad down. Caden Ward putting his hat into the ring for the game's MVP. With that one, he'll now be up to 12 saves. Shots are pretty heavily in favor of Saanich right now, 21-15. But the score is still tied, 3-3. A lower scoring affair than what we've seen for the most part. George actually made a good point this morning in that teams need goals here. Of course, you want to find a way to, get yourself into the win column. That's the most important thing, but if it comes down to a tiebreaker, you need goals. So these low-scoring games may play a factor late in the tournament. And Langley was already a part of a lower-scoring one. Their 6-5 win over North Shore yesterday. Saanich took down Oceanside by a final score of 14-9, if I remember correctly. So the goal differential right now favors Saanich. It'll now be a 5-on-3 with Langley's penalized player coming out. It's Madden Nobauer who will go straight down to the crease. Langley gets their power play back to set. Nobauer up top, Arbuthnot to the point. Near side, shot and a beautiful save again by Ward. Rebound cannot be corralled until Saanich comes in to collect, and they're going to go off to the races quickly in the other direction. It's Caden Hill. Here's some footsteps behind him. He'll backpedal away. 25 seconds until AJ Garcia will come out of the box. And then just 40 seconds left in the high sticking minor to Parker Schneck. Baines draws the double team, 3 on the shot clock. He'll come up high, shoots on the run, off the mark, 10:48 left in the second. Instruction coming from the Saanich bench right now. They want more of a box formation. It is back to 5-on-4. Pass down to the corner was out of the reach of Nobauer, but able to knock it down. 8 seconds away from 5-on-5. Shot from the point. Off the mark. Andrew Sam's going to chase it down. And that's a big kill for the Express. There's a man out of the box. The pass is towards the open man in Schneck, but unable to collect it. And then touchdown in the crease and was next to collect. Another big penalty kill from the Express. Langley having their opportunities to take control of this game and just have not been able to do so. Nobauer to Berkey, bobbled it. Saanich will collect again. They have a man up. It's on the mark to West. One hand on his stick, on his wrong side. He'll shoot and score! And now the player is down. There's some contact with the official in the corner. Certainly unintentional. It was Jake West. And we'll get a look at it here now. Oh yeah, there's a little bit of contact with the player as well. It's Aiden Ennis. And he's gonna get a penalty as a result. Cross-checking, so a little bit of insult to injury for the Langley Thunder, who were unsuccessful on a lengthy 5-on-3, and then give up a go-ahead goal and take a penalty immediately afterwards. So we'll see. I believe this is just going to be straight possession for Saanich. No face-off necessary, as it did technically come, away from the play. And that is the case, 5-on-4. Langley's got to get another man on the floor. This is the second time they've had the wrong number of players. Getting things set. Baines with a toe drag through the middle and sends it wide of the goal, high off the glass. And Delacari doesn't agree with the call, but again, it is correct. As he grabbed the ball on his own side of center, but his momentum carried him back over. So yes, it shouldn't have been a back over call originally, but he still did carry it back over center. It's a common misunderstanding. Possession will go back to the Thunder, shorthanded for the next minute and 25 seconds. 9:14 left in the period. Omen knocks his man down. That'll be interference. And another penalty on the play. This is Delacari, I think. Yes. Not really sure what the play is. Arbuthnot pressured by Gomes. Screen is set. Shot is off, and it hit a body and goes out of play, so it will remain possession Langley.
Low. Let's go.
Madden Nobauer, Tate Berkey, Reese Bride, and Cooper Arbuthnot are the 4 forwards right now for the Thunder. It's Berkey. Gets underneath, he's got a lane to the goal. He'll shoot, and Ward bails out the Express. A great save, leaping over to his left. And then another hit behind the play. Is that going to be penalized? No, it's just going to be interference. Nobauer was knocked down behind the play. That is something about this Express team. Like, yes, they can pile up the goals, but on occasion they could be known to take a good amount of penalties. Just a matter of finding the line. And right now they are still in front. As Sam gives his man a whack. Arbuthnot trying to drive on Gomes, keeping him at bay. A spinning shot off the target. Berkey, 3 to shoot. He'll tuck underneath of Sam, gets one off, and high and wide. It'll bounce all the way back to center. And Nate Murray will come up for the Express to start off the possession at center. 10 seconds away from a shortened power play for the Thunder. They're going to have about 50 seconds to work with on the power play. Starting now, but they need possession back. 15 on the shot clock. Murray goes way out to the perimeter. Baines is vacating off ball as Murray will throw a bouncer wide. Ricochets high off the glass. Upshawn battles for it. It falls to Langley, however. Shot clock violation regardless. So 27 seconds left on their power play. And remember, they have a power play goal in this game. So they had tied it up earlier, but now they're looking to do so again. Skip feed down to the corner. One more across. One forward has come off the floor. A late change for the Thunder. 5 to shoot. Almost into the top corner. Just sails wide. Rebound shot didn't get through. They have another chance to just bat it towards the goal. And just a second too late. Nobauer took a swing at it. But it was too late. Now Hill fakes the shot. Dishes down low. Delacari gets it from the corner, and 5-on-5 action will commence. Baines, fresh off the bench, gets over top. He'll shoot. Didn't get through. So that'll be blocked by Brody Calhoun. Shaking off that right hand after a big block. Now he gets over top and takes away the lane from Delicari. Flip pass in front. Murray couldn't collect. Chance for Langley to go. Good job in reverse transition, though, for the Express to take away any fast break opportunity. They'll have to be content with a settled 5-on-5 set, and a bit of a slower change again for the Thunder. Just 12 seconds left on their shot clock by the time they get their whole change facilitated. Now down to 7 seconds. Arbuthnot makes a move. Vacates to the perimeter. 3 to shoot. There's a low one, and in and out of the stick of Ward. Rebound into the corner and collected. Fresh 30 for Langley. Trying to build some momentum. Berkey finds some space up high. Arbuthnot looks like the lone lefty right now.
Put it back to him. Give it back to him.
Berkey back to Arbuthnot. 13 to shoot. Down low to the corner. There was a man open, but couldn't knock the pass down. It was Nobauer. Now there's an injured Express down on the floor. And I didn't see any arm up, so it looks like there's not going to be a penalty on the play. Joe Diamond is without his helmet and getting back to his feet on his own. So that's the first welcome sight, getting up under his own power, but using some help from the trainer to get towards the bench. Actually, just taking a look down at the Express bench, and I don't think I've seen Kieran Venables come back. Remember, he went down due to injury back in the first period, and quick scan. I do not see a number 3 on the Saanich Express bench right now. 5:20 left in the second period. Saanich still leading 4-3. Murray will drive. He'll shoot wide of the goal and off the dasher. Chance for Langley to run onto it if they're quick. Marcus Schmidt on his wrong side. He'll tuck back and left the ball behind. Unfortunate bounce. Now the Saanich Express will look to take advantage of a Thunder turnover. Torrey Baines, he'll shoot blindly around her defender, off the mark, collects his own rebound though, swims to some open space. Takes a peek to his right, there was Tyler Delicari. He'll drive and lost the handle onto his wrong side. Makes a nice move and ends up behind the goal. 2 to shoot, he'll try a wraparound, also wide. And a friendly bounce this time for the Thunder, all the way off the corner boards and down to Ward. Arbuthnot, he'll shoot early, looking 5-hole. Ward drops down to his knees again. That looks to be where Langley is shooting often right now on Caden Ward. But active with his stick, loves that kick save as well. Now 4:20 remaining in the second period. Still looking for one of these teams to really grab a hold of this game and take control. Might it come on this set? Baines will work from the corner. Gets his feet moving. Stopped up by the high defender on his wrong side. A low shot, stopped by Morrison. Rebound falls into the corner, and Murray finds it. He stumbles due to some pressure, gets up right into a swim move, and a successful swim at that. Call him Michael Phelps. Now Huber will shoot. Saved by Morrison, who makes another stop on the backhander. Rebound is collected again. Another reset for the Express. Huber. Dishes across, Braden Upshawn. Pick is coming. He'll get topside, shoot, low, scores! Braden Upshawn gets his second of the game. Well, George, I called for one of these teams to take control. Braden Upshawn might have heard my words. The first 2-goal lead we've seen in this game. And in the late stages of the second period. Might this be a turning point? Or might the Langley Thunder find their response? Remember, they trailed in the third period yesterday against North Shore and still came up victorious. maybe a little more comfortable than most in these tight scenarios. Time will tell. Whitfield lost possession due to some contact, but his team bails him out. Now Murray, pass handcuffed him a little bit, also kept it alive. Upshawn looking for his hat-trick goal. He'll try, but sail it wide. Shot clock violation. Gives possession to the Thunder. Just looking for a little bit of urgency from this Thunder squad. Certainly not time to panic, but maybe getting a chance here. A bouncer high into the chest protector of Ward. He'll fall forward. Not going to take any chances at this point. 2.5 left in the middle frame. Andrew Sam will collect over the center line. Speaking of calming presence, Andrew Sam oftentimes instructing his guys to slow things down when he gets over center. Fake shot from Murray. He'll switch hands now back to his right. Delicari will tuck underneath. The bouncer from distance and an easy save for Morrison. There's a man streaking up the play. There's that long bomb, and it's just behind. Neubauer had hopes of a breakaway feed. Now he'll pressure in a forechecking effort, but likely wants to head off, which he'll do so now. Just looks exhausted after his mad dash over the center line. Now Joe Diamond back into the play after going down to injury, and he'll score. It's a 3-goal advantage for the Express. Saw the matchup he liked, went straight to the goal and would not be denied. Glove side on Morrison, and you know that's got to feel good for Joe Diamond. Everything he touches turns to diamonds. Can I say that? I mean, his last name isn't like Diamond, but that's how it's pronounced. Sparkles. That's right, George. I like that more. A sparkling effort. And maybe another one is he's got it again and takes the shot and bounces it into the Langley Thunder logo on the chest of Morrison. Now a long bomb up. It's on the money. Good pass that falls to Nate Clark. He'll shoot, and did that make its way on the mark? No. Feels like forever ago when Clark opened the scoring. Now numbers for Saanich. Pass across. Hill would be denied by Morrison. Rebound falls to Baines. Fresh 30s. He'll park behind the goal. Hoping for a cutter. Not going to find it. It looks to bank it off the defender and in. Lucky bounces. He gets it back. Now a shoveler on a wraparound into the final minute. Baines now mixing it up with a member of the Thunder's defensive crew. Everybody separates, no call on the play. Calhoun gets into the offensive zone. Takes a peek and will connect with Arbuthnot. Had that penalty shot earlier in this period. I mean, even that feels like forever ago at this point. Gets free thanks to his screen. 6 to shoot, 30 to play. Have to get something on goal. Berkey takes a look. There was room in that top corner, but Ward saw it at the last second. And now Saanich can hold if they want. Do they want to call timeout? Does not look like it. Sam gets over. 15 left in the period. Clock goes down to 10. Ward will remain in his crease, so still 5-on-5. 6 to shoot. Murray will fire wide, and that'll ricochet way past everybody, and that'll bring us to the conclusion of 40 minutes. We were even 3-3.
Bounce shots, Langley.
At the end of the first period, but the Thunder,
Other games, you guys scored on bounce shots.
check that, it was 2-2, George. 2-2 at the end of the opening 20 minutes. And the Thunder would be outscored 4-1 after the second period. One more remains in regulation. I mean, barring overtime, George, I will say this game does reek a little bit of overtime. We'll see. We'll see. We're going to step aside, take a quick breather. When we return, said third period will be just about to commence. Thanks for joining us here on BC Sports TV. You're watching the MacDonald Cup live from Abbotsford. 20 miles, 20 smiles. That's the first time I've said that this tournament, I think, George. Wow. Feels good to be back. The vibes are back. Not quite the Vibes booth. Throwback to the Vibes booth, Utica, New York. If you know, you know. Shout out Mackie Jenner. Shout out to the Jenners overall. We love the Jenners here at BC Sports TV. And welcome back to BC Sports TV. Day 2 of the MacDonald Cup. Got a couple shout outs to make here, George. First to the Sun Devils over on the island. They sent me a message. Shout out to the Sun Devils. Tremanis, I believe. And my next shout out goes to my dad, George, because he sent me a message. I mean, he's right. He made a good point. Shout out Rob Farah. I guess I used the phrase low to high riser, and he's upset that that's a redundant phrase. And you're right, but if I could offer some advice to my father, shut up. Dad, thanks for watching. Love you, but shut up. All right. The Saanich Express with a 6-3 lead over the Langley Thunder and 20 minutes left in regulation. Let's get you some leaders as well. Right now for the Langley Thunder, it's Cooper Arbuthnot with 2 points. Nate Murray, Jake West, and Joe Diamond, each with 2 points for the Saanich Express. Caden Ward has stopped 21 of 24, good enough for an .875 save percentage. Declan Morrison has stopped 20 of 26, and he's going to get the rest of this period off, it looks like, because we have a goaltending change for the Langley Thunder. In comes Jensen McGregor. I believe somebody before the game told me that he is the U17A1 goaltender. Donning his Team BC lid. Should give a shout out to Caden Ward and his chrome red bucket. I know Jeff Fisher is a big fan of those. And I mean, I'll finish this comment in a couple seconds because there's a few seconds remaining in the opening minute. George, I think you know where I'm going with this. And there's the first save of the game for McGregor. Almost, I mean, that was exactly at the 60-second mark. So me and George were talking in the intermission. Both the first period and the second period saw goals scored in said opening minute. Here's Hill. He'll score! A minute and 9 seconds in this time. Make it a 4-goal lead for the Express. Caden Hill gets into the action, causes a turnover, and goes one-on-one with McGregor. We were trying to decide, obviously this is not lacrosse that you could gamble on, but if you were to do so, what would be the odds of a goal to be scored in the opening minute, considering we saw one in the first 2 periods? Turns out there was not one, but 9 seconds later, there would be a goal scored. Now 7-3 for the Express. Shots are 34-21. Langley need an answer. I will reiterate, certainly not time to panic yet, but they got to figure out a way to get this done. In this rematch of the provincial finals from just under a week ago, the Langley Thunder actually beat the Express earlier in the provincials before meeting again in the finals, where Saanich took home the victory and some hardware. Bit of a rivalry budding here. There's another kick save by Ward. It's like he's begging me to say kick save and a beauty. I'm not going to do it, Caden. Here's Berkey. He'll dish down low to the corner. Working on their defender. A close call at the crease. Berkey gets it back. He'll swim with the low hand on his stick. Now 10 to shoot. Tucks through one more. Runs into a triple team. Lost possession. These Express defenders just swarming the ball carriers. It goes back to Caden Ward's crease, and he'll leave for Sam Gomes, the Express captain. Now Baines, it turns into a 2-on-1. Numbers for the Express. Baines fakes the pass, and a beautiful glove stop by McGregor, sweeping his hand up and getting over just in time. Absolutely robbing Tory Baines. Now Murray will step into one and put it right into the stick of McGregor. It is jammed low into his stick. That was a beauty of a save, probably the best we've seen all tournament. And it came from the call-up, Jensen McGregor. Now Berkey wanting to slow things down, methodically waiting for some help in the offense. Looking through the middle, hasn't seen an option yet, so he'll swing. Arbuthnot working on Sam, one hand on his stick. Arbuthnot still with it. He'll throw a blind shot over top of Andrew Sam. It just sort of floats to Caden Ward. An easy stop for him, and an interference call at the other end of the floor. The Express will give it back to the Thunder. Berkey again elects to calm down the offense. Arbuthnot, he'll shoot. Caught a body in front and absorbed some contact. Nobauer couldn't collect either, and that will allow Saanich to clear their zone. They're going to try the hidden ball trick. Doesn't work. Now Baines with it. Does he want a little revenge on McGregor after the highway robbery earlier? He'll shoot, and another kick save. McGregor with a strong start to this game. Chance the other way. It was the opening scorer who gets another one. Nate Clark finds his second of the game. This was the man who scored, what do we say, 21 seconds in? And then early in the third period, he'll find his second to cut the lead down to 3. Even up the scoring in this third period, but the Thunder still need some more. Maybe there's a storm brewing here in Abbotsford. Time will tell. Loose ball. If Saanich can collect, they have some slow numbers. Murray couldn't find it, but continues to battle. Squirts free to the corner, and the goal scorer Clark will collect in his defensive zone. One hand on his stick, so he'll turn on the Jets. Bit of a rusty gate check from Torrey Baines. But Clark able to absorb it, find space. He'll shoot again, a bouncer into the stick of Ward. An easy stop for him this time. Speaking of calming presence, spoken a lot about that of Declan Morrison, but Ward's had a strong game here as well. Now there's a man open in the middle. The pass is sent, and Schneck couldn't corral it. Chases it down in the near side corner, sprints away from danger, but he's still got some pressure on his back. Spins underneath. Under 10 to shoot. Delicari, he'll fire, and a stick save by McGregor. Delicari just always looks like he is ready to shoot. Cradling with his hands low on his stick, always in said position. Could not beat the goaltender of the Thunder, though, coming into this game at the start of this period. Berkey. Nobauer is open. Pass just missed him. Arbuthnot couldn't knock it down. Sam will. He's off to the races on a breakaway. Andrew Sam saved by McGregor. Now Langley's got to get over. They do just in time. Second and a half or so to spare. Pressure from distance. It's another turnover, and the Express might be able to get numbers if they hurry. 3 of them crossing over the restraining line. Delicari will pull out from the corner. Feed Garcia, who returns the pass. Pass through is on the mark. Another stop by McGregor. Huber to Murray. One more to the left. Back to Huber again. Fakes the shot and tucks through. Back to 2 hands. He'll find Upshawn, who absorbs the check. He'll spin. He'll drive. He'll shoot. Did McGregor get a piece of that as well? Here's Garcia. Gets the happy feet going, but pulls back to the perimeter again. Murray, 20 on the shot clock. Huber, Baines has made his way off the bench. Cutter through, the pass is off. Spinning back one more. That'll go wide of the goal, high to the sky and collected by Murray. Diamond will set the screen. Murray swims, he's knocked down. Ball is free, and Garcia threw one from a tough angle, one of the easier saves for McGregor. Without refreshing my stats here, I'd like to say he's probably up to, at least 7 or 8 saves already since coming into this game. Now West pass across was too low for Garcia. He'll battle in the corner. Clark takes the interference call. These are some tired defenders on right now for the Thunder. Baines. Clark gives him a couple of slashes. Baines fakes the shot. Now he'll fire. McGregor makes another save. This 0-0 versus 22 budding rivalry. I'm entertained, George. I will say. Saanich now up to 43 shots. Another turnover in the offensive zone against the Thunder. Sends the Express back out the O-gate. Tyler Delicari takes a peek back. Late man joining will be Huber. Righty strong right now for Saanich. Delicari tucks back through. Heavy screen is set. 2 Thunder fell down to the concrete. One due to a slip, another due to an interference call, and that will give them possession from their defensive zone. But time to take care of the ball right now for Langley. 11:40 remaining in the third period. There's another hit right in front of the Saanich bench. Delicari throwing the body, and then an interference call away from that play, so a fresh 30 for the Thunder already in the offensive zone. Cooper Arbuthnot. Feed down low to Berkey. Tate Berkey working on West. He'll skip back up top. No Bauer. Back to Berkey. Heavy screen is set, and that's going to be called interference against Brody Calhoun. And he'll backtrack on a defensive effort. Sweeps his stick at Sam, who has a big grin on his face after that. He'll head off for a change, replaced by Delicari. Shot is wide. Beckett Robinson collects. Delicari to Baines. Whitfield sets the screen. 4 to shoot. Baines absorbed by McGregor. Upshawn takes a hit from behind. It's going to be interference. Upshawn goes right back at his defender. Look out through the middle of the floor here. Upshawn takes another high hit. Uncalled. Now it's going to be called. Penalty on the play. Ward to the bench. 6-on-5 coming up for Saanich. Huber as the extra attacker. I don't know if Langley really realizes that it's 6-on-5 right now. Still playing an aggressive man-on-man. Toe drag by Baines. Shot didn't get through. High off the dasher. Clark knocks his man down. Is that going to be a penalty or just interference? But 15 blue, they say. Lucas McDermott is going to head off. Experience mountain luxury at its finest at the Fairmont Chateau Whistler. Nestled at the base of Blackcomb Mountain, this world-class resort offers breathtaking views, award-winning dining, and endless alpine adventures year-round. Treat yourself to an unforgettable getaway. Visit Fairmont.com/Whistler to plan your escape. Delicari, stopped by McGregor. Clark battling for it, knocks it away from Baines. Clark, and he couldn't corral it, but he continues to battle for it. Now finds some open space. Remember, he has the latest Thunder goal. One more would give him a hat trick. His team trailing by 3. They would welcome some more goal scoring, I'm sure. Arbuthnot avoids one hit, then runs into a double team. Still with possession, he's pinned along the boards, falls down and loses possession. Heavy pressure from this Saanich power play on their defensive end. Inching closer to 50 shots left, or 50 shots in the game with 9:20 left in regulation. 1 for 2 on the power play coming into this one. Worthy Express. Shot is fought off by McGregor. Man, has he been good since coming in. Bain skips one across. A one-timer and a great save by McGregor. Again, this time robbing the man in the crease, Beckett Robinson. An agile goaltender is Jensen McGregor, as we're seeing with plenty of variety here since coming into the game. 20 seconds remaining in the Langley penalty. Skip across to Nobauer, couldn't reach it. That'll be a shot clock violation. 13 seconds left on the Express power play. Penalized player, Lucas McDermott standing. He'll now rejoin. Pass got across. Bouncing around, works into the corner. Upshawn digs it free. He's got 7 seconds to shoot. Spins underneath of his check. Dumps down to the corner. And Murray will send a sharp angle shot. They'll say not before the shot clock expired. Remember, it's when the ball makes contact with the goaltender, not when the ball is released from the stick. If there's one rule change I would make, though, George, I think that's what it would be. More of an NBA or a basketball-style rule. If the ball is in the air, it's good by my money, but not by the rule book. Arbuthnot will shoot. Just missed that near side. Ricochets all the way back down the floor. The Express want to go quick, but the official forces them into the corner. Now 7.5 remaining in regulation. Still leading 7-3. Murray gets his feet up high. Dish to the near side. Diamond lost the handle due to some pressure. Somebody, the DJ, hit the play button. Music was playing for a moment. Now Whitfield puts it off the crossbar. High towards the ceiling. Didn't go out yet. Now it will. Fresh 30 coming up for the Express. But this time it was Ethan Whitfield. Beat the goaltender, but rung iron afterwards. Robinson finds Murray. Can't beat the low defender. Decides to come up high. Gets onto his wrong side. He'll shoot another crossbar. Rebound in front. Whitfield will dig for it. One hand on his stick. Goes right back at the Langley defender. Takes a high sticking penalty. And a real chance for Langley now to make things interesting. 6:40 remaining, trailing by 3. Whitfield in the box for 2 or less. And you know Langley wants to throw a ton of rubber right now and really test Ward late. Remember, we've already talked about goal differential in this game. So if this score were to end as it is currently through 2 games, Langley would have 10 goals scored. They would love to pad that stat a little bit. Of course, the win is the most important thing, but increasing that goal total. Look at this pressure from Andrew Sam. Way outside, but all sorts of problems right now for Langley. Dish down low. Berkey takes a step. Pass across. Off a stick and into the corner. Saanich will take it back. A quarter of the way through this penalty kill, and a good job so far. It's Andrew Sam with the aggressive read and ends up being the wise decision. Again, trying to tell Baines to go deep into the corner, but Baines shakes his head. So Sam will take it in deep himself. Again, no pressure right now from Langley. I think that's an adjustment they'd love to make, as Sam just dumps it into the corner. Late shot in the clock. A second or so too late. And now this Langley power play has 61 seconds to work with. Still no Kieran Venables on the bench for the Express since going down, I believe, back in the first period, if I remember correctly. So the Express down a man, but doing a good job here of I mean, I said in the second period I was waiting for a team to take control. I would say generally they have. Now Nobauer didn't miss by much. Saanich will collect. Off to the races goes Caden Hill. He has a goal like this earlier in the game. Gets another one! Turns on the Jets. Takes it the length himself. What is that, 150 feet? He goes the entire way, goes glove side past McGregor for his second of the game, almost identical to his last. And the lead is now 8-4. Might that be the dagger? It certainly feels like it. Remember, plenty more MacDonald Cup action coming up as the day progresses. 1 p.m. is the scheduled start time of our next matchup between West Shore and Prince Albert. George, I was sent a message earlier this morning. I got some stats to read you about Prince Albert in that game. Yeah, you should look forward to it because some pretty incredible numbers. More into that later. Valley versus West Kootenay, they're our third game of the day, and then our nightcap will be North Shore versus Oceanside. Both of those teams looking for their first wins respectively of the MacDonald Cup after some hard-fought battles yesterday. Lucas McDermott from the corner gets up top to Berkey. Perimeter work to start things off. Skip pass across. Here's Nobauer. Screen is set. He'll shoot around the defender. There was a rebound available, but defender Garcia was there to collect. Now a long pass ahead to Hill. Does he want a chance at the hat trick? He'll cut back, slow down, a wise call. So he'll set the screen. But Delicari will take it to the perimeter. Check that, it's Garcia who lobs across to Murray, isolating his defender off the butt end of the stick of McGregor. But a save nonetheless. Delicari will find the rebound. Hill will vacate, replaced by Robinson. Delicari does a full lap of the offensive zone. Is there a penalty on the play? No. Just a switching of the goaltending. Caden Ward has left this game. Pick and roll at the other end, and they score. It's Robinson. Well, George, as I said to you before the game, there's a reason why the pros still use it. As you can see, working to perfection here, just a bump on the back of the defender. I know the instruction at the professional level for the offense is you're always trying to find the back of your defender. Any chance you can get to set the screen or set your bump on the back of the defender, that's the key, and that's exactly what we saw on that pick and roll that led to Robinson finding the open space. But again, to finish that previous point, Caden Ward will exit this game. James Sarkany has come in for the remainder. Still awaiting his first save. First shot against in total. Here's Berkey. He'll skip across. Arbuthnot couldn't knock it down. The pass was down at his feet, actually. Now he'll shoot, and did Sarkany get a piece of that? No. .303 remaining in the period. And Saanich is looking to have secured their second win of the tournament. Hoping for a 2-0 record. A little bit of rough stuff in the offensive zone right now. Woodfield and Evanson sharing a couple of cross checks. Official right there saying that's all right. Careful here, fellas. Baines fakes the release. Now he'll shoot. McGregor makes the stick save. There's the dish to Evanson. He'll lob one forward, and it'll be on the mark. Aiden Ennis. Lucas McDermott waits for some reinforcements. Take a peek up at the clock. 15 to shoot, 2:20 to play. Shots are now 53-28. Arbuthnot tucks back. He'll round the corner up high, but defended well. I believe it's Hill doing a great job. Maybe a bit of an undersized defender, but I mean, not in this matchup, and regardless, wins that matchup. As Hill keeps his man at bay, he's got 2 goals, both of them of the breakaway variety. And a great defensive stand there on his own end of the floor. Andrew Sam with a bit of a split dodge and finds Upshawn. Now back to Delicari. He gets over top, looking down low for Huber. The pass took a deflection. Nearing center, Delicari tiptoes that center line, but just sends it deep into the corner. Langley looking to retrieve with 95 seconds left to play. Quick up goes Clark. He has 2 of the 4 Langley Thunder goals. Middle of the floor, a tough area to get to right now. Langley forced to keep things outside. Now they start to go downhill a little bit, but the shot is off the mark. Arbuthnot has his blocked as well. And then a couple of cross checks afterwards, but it looks like that one stung the defender, Matt Oman. He's going to go down the tunnel. That one might have caught a piece of him up high. Now Sam Gomes is mixing it up down low with Madden Nobauer. Under a minute remaining in regulation. Arbuthnot tucks underneath. A couple of bodies fall down to the concrete. Arbuthnot had it for a moment, ends up rolling behind the goal. And does Saanich want to call timeout here? Looks like the player on the floor is trying to, not entirely sure why. Have to imagine goal differential is what they're thinking about here. I mean, again, goals are important. So generally speaking, if this is regulation play, I think some people might be up in arms by the decision to call a timeout here, leading by 5 with less than a minute remaining, but you need goals here, George. Shout out to our sponsors once again, Extreme Threads, the City of Abbotsford, Tourism Abbotsford, Sapphire Creative, MSA Ford, and Fairmont Chateau Whistler. These broadcasts could not be done, and these tournaments could not go underway without the help of every single one of the sponsors, so we thank you all very much. And thank you all as well to the viewers and listeners watching from home here on BC Sports TV. Again, we're going to be here all week long until Sunday evening, when we will see the MacDonald Cup, which I'm looking at right now to my right here, George, in the booth beside me. Can we get a shot of it? Yeah, there it is. You can sort of see it in the corner. There it is. Once that trophy gets awarded, hey, someone just came into the booth too. That's perfect timing. Might he be the man to hoist the trophy? I don't think so, but you never know. Stranger things may have happened. 30 seconds remaining.
Where's your big shooter? 2-2, get out there.
Upshawn
Don't cry at the end of the bench.
lobs possession across. Huber, he's going to drive. Lost possession, and 15.8 seconds will remain when Langley will take it back from their defensive zone. Again, would still like to see Langley try to get to the net here. Under 10 seconds remaining, but need some goals, or need a goal at least. Anything would help. But West does a good job. Last second shot, they score! A buzzer beater, the second one we've seen this tournament, George. Tate Berkey is going to get the credit. He's one of the members of this Thunder squad that can really rip. As we saw right there, maybe a bit of a screen, but James Sarkany also had not seen a ton of action. That might have actually been his first, the first shot on target, because there have been a few wide since he entered. But they're going to call things quits at that. 9-5 will be the final. Seconds away from a 9-4 victory, but the Langley Thunder get that last second marker. Thanks to Tate Berkey. And the Saanich Express will be 2-0 through 2 days of the MacDonald Cup. Again, the next one coming up here at 1 p.m. We'll see the West Shore Bears face off against the Prince Albert Predators Did they ever put on a show yesterday? Might they do the same today? We will see. We're going to step aside. We'll leave the mics running here for the MVPs to be announced. Do you have any? I mean, George, you don't have the rosters in front of you, but if I had to put you on the spot, MVP, give me a number. Ward, goaltender for the Express. Agreed. Do you have one for the Langley Thunder? Off the top of your head. 3, 2, 1, go. George forgot what numbers are. He didn't name anybody. I mean, I'm saying Jensen McGregor, honestly. I mean, I know he only came in for the third period, but pretty stellar performance, I would say, for the U17 goaltender. Well, yeah, George agrees. That's why we're in charge here, Georgie. All right, thanks for joining us here, folks. For BC Sports TV, I've been Tino Farah. He's been cameraman extraordinaire George Parra. And we'll see you for the next one, 1 p.m. start time, live from Abbotsford.
Not called grammar after that game.